Whoa. Oh, did I do it? Hey, Billy here. Live video. I haven't done a live video in a long time. I remember last year when we were living in, or almost 2 years, a year and a half ago, we were living in New York City. We did a lot of live videos. And I've been doing videos to promote, hey, what's going on? I see you guys popping on. I've been doing videos to promote information for North Texas and helping other transplants like us. But today I took a pause. I took a break. Hey, Bryce, how's it going? I took a pause. I took a break. And I was pondering the question, and I'm sure that this can bring value. But the question really is, what story about coronavirus in your life? What will be the story of coronavirus in your life? Because there's no question that coronavirus has been disruptive, right? I mean, it's disrupted weddings, it's disrupted graduations. My 2-year-old son had his first haircut in our living room. I mean, that wasn't really what I intended, but it's not too bad. But my kindergartner the other day, I had to break it to her that she's a first grader and that kindergarten's over. And she was really upset about that. And there's a lot of disruptions like this. I mean, I haven't had anyone close to me pass on and go on into heaven, but the disruptions of even funerals is a big deal. And a lot of memorable events are on hold. Things that literally define like what you look forward to and you look back to are completely on hold. Things like, I mean, I'd much rather be spending this a week of this beautiful spring we're experiencing right now in Disney World as opposed to in my living room. And I'm sure a lot of people would rather have stuff like that happen as well. But listen, nothing is going to be more memorable in your life than the coronavirus. All right. If you were alive, if you're like in your 30s, you were alive during 9/11, you lived through the financial crisis of 2008, 2009, it affected people differently. If you're like me, I remember sitting in my kindergarten class during the Space Shuttle Challenger and watching it explode while I was sitting in my kindergarten class. I mean, that's a big deal. My grandmother was born during World War II. She probably experienced some elements of the Great Depression. And we are going to experience the 2020 coronavirus pandemic. And the question that I want to ask is, what story are you going to tell? What story are you going to create from all of this? I mean, yes, it could be a story as simple as I sat in my house for 2.5, 3 months and watched Netflix. And then everything opened up and everything was normal. And I actually hope that for most people. But I know that some people out there are creating a story of when coronavirus hit, I lost my job, I lost everything, and just complete victim. And it's not over yet. You can change your story. And other people are going to make a story of courage, of overcoming, of leading your family from one place to another that totally changes everything. And these stories are just based upon the decisions that we make. I mean, the one important decision that just made me want to go live today was I want to encourage anyone who's having a rough time right now to make the decision that this is not going to be a defining moment for the declination of your life. This is not going to be a defining moment of negativity and bad things happening in your life. But instead, I want you to just make the choice that you're going to come out on top. You're going to make the choice that you're going to be positive, that God's going to bless what you're doing, and that you're going to come out on top. And that's the biggest choice you can make. That choice very well could lead to a pivot in your life. And it may be as simple as just saying, nothing bad is going to happen to me. I will not let this get me down. I am going to win. When I get older and I'm telling the story to my kids and my grandkids, it's going to be a story of prosperity. It's going to be a story of a beginning of a change in my life. And I'm grateful to see you guys popping on right now. And I just jumped on here just to ask that question of, how is the coronavirus what story are you going to tell? Like if this is over in 2 weeks, what's your story going to be? If this is over in 2 years, which, if something doesn't change, I can't see why not. What story are you going to tell? And the story is defined just by your choices. So I hope that this has some value to you. I hope that if you need some positivity, I've brought it to you. And I want to encourage you to continue to watch my videos. I used to do a lot of live videos. I wouldn't mind to do some more. Most of my videos are bringing information to people where I live. My wife's Facebook page is a lot of fun. And I'd love you to drop a comment or even drop something in the in one of the messages or a comment here and share a little bit about your story during the coronavirus. What is defining your story right now in this era of our life. Talk to you soon.